All right, we got you, champ.
My
Much
bad,
better.
bro.
Nah, no worries, no worries, man. So how's everything?
Nah, everything cool, bro. Everything cool. I can't complain. I can't complain.
But you got the bug.
Oh yeah. November 7th. As of right now, they had just posted. They had just put it on boxing scene. I mean, box rec earlier today. Somebody had pointed it out to me. So yeah, I just I couldn't say nothing because how it goes. You got to wait for everybody else to make the announcement, whatever. But they put it out there already.
So what is it? What is it? I mean, sometimes fighters feel like they need to step away, then that time off, they feel rejuvenated. What was it for you?
Honestly, it was Tim Bradley and Andre Ward because I do commentary with top rank. So every time I would see them at a meeting, they would always be like, "Yo, when you gotta come back, you gotta go back," because because they can see me right now. I don't put on, I don't like in between fights and whatever. I don't put on like a ton of weight and nothing like that. And I'm always active. You know what I mean? So they're just like, "Bro, you should get back in it." So plus, when you watching the fights up close every weekend or whatever with these guys, you get that itch because you up close and you watching a lot of these fights. So that's really what a lot of it played out to. And here we are now.
Now you coming right back to an undefeated fighter, bro.
That's me. That's me. I don't listen because for one, if I want to get back in it right and I want to get back to the title scene, you know what I mean. I'm not looking past anybody, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, undefeated fighter. But when you look, like again, everybody can go look at boxing or whatever, and I'm not knocking anybody, but at the same time, there's levels, and you know what I mean. And I fought the best out there from you know, 35, 30, whatever you want to put it at. So to me, it's not a thing. And anything, it's like one of the moments of like, if I can't get past this, then I definitely don't need to be fighting no more after this. That's just me. But
For
again,
sure.
I mean, I'm up for the task. I never ran from nobody. You know that. You know that, Ness. I mean, you've been around. Matter of fact, you've been around me since when I was going pro after the Olympics. That's how
Yeah,
far
the
you and
whole
I go back.
career. I've
That's what
been
I'm
there for the
saying. You've
whole
been,
career.
yeah. So like, you know me. I ain't never get that. Even when I was PBC, whatever. I ain't never get handed nothing easy. So again, I actually chose this route to go. I was like, yo, I mean, just make the fight. We had somebody before. I didn't like how the opponent looked. It was like he had like four losses back to back to back. It wasn't gonna do nothing for me. So I mean, yeah, I gotta get the ring rust off, but at the same time, it has to at least make sense to get me in that direction because I'm pretty sure everybody's seen it for a while. I could have got the Joker Dina fight coming back, but I was saying to myself, why would I want to jump into that fight coming up? Coming from a year layoff or whatever, and at least give myself. I at least have to give myself a chance to, to go in there and win it. So I wasn't coming back just looking for a paycheck because Cordina and his team they wanted me to fight September 29th or 30th, the same day as Jamel Charlo and Canelo. But I was like, it just didn't make any sense. I was like, let me at least knock some ring rust off with a decent name, and then we could talk about that discussion after the fact. Because he fights November 4th now, and I fight on the 7th. So if all paths lead up, it just makes sense with that route. I know Lamont Roach recently on another podcast expressed that he wants a rematch if he beats Hector Garcia for the WBA title. So whenever that fight happens, I'll look out for that fight. I don't have any issues with Top Rank. Me and Top Rank, we still have a great relationship. So you never know. They may be calling. I know you guys talking about Navarrete, but they may be calling about that. So again, I mean 130. At least like I said, I have options, and that's a great thing. If you know what I'm saying, because bro, if you ain't got no options, you see how some of these fighters are. They don't know where to go, but at least I have options and I have a direction and a path I want to go.
Certainly sounds like there's a lot of options out there for you. Um, this is a Lou DiBella card. Speaking of options, that
Yeah,
door
yeah, man.
was open for you.
Yeah, and I went that route, and again, Tyrone always made jokes like why I didn't come back to them or like renegotiate, and it's nothing. It was like it was no bad blood, but like you see it like at least with Lou, Lou works for everybody. He can go across street to PBC. He can work with Matchroom. He can go to Top Rank. So that's why I went that route. So like depending how this fight goes in November, I don't have to worry about just being on like making those in-house fights or stuff like that. I can, if it makes sense, I can go different directions. So that's why me and Lou started working together. And again, even with Lou said to me, if my body didn't feel right for whatever reason after this fight, he wouldn't hold me to no contract obligations. Anything I can just go my way. But again, like I said, if I was gonna jump back in it, I wanted to take it serious and then saying do it the right way.
So it's gonna be 30 or 35.
I wanted it at 30. I wanted it at 30, but the kid, they kept complaining about the weight, so I think it's gonna be at 33, 32 ish. But
But
like I want to prove that
ultimately,
I
but ultimately,
30,
your
30,
plan is
30,
to
yeah.
fight at 30.
30. Yeah, 30. Yeah, I can still make the weight. And so, it's like I got I'm like I said, I'm going to Vegas. I'm going to train for my strength conditioning to take care of my body at the UFC PI, Performance Institute. I know a lot of people know like you see a lot of boxers going there now. I got my nutritionist back on board, so making 130 won't be an issue. But again, if anything, I got to go to camp. I go to camp to bulk back up to put muscle on. So like
Mm.
making 130 wasn't an issue. Like right now, I'm probably like 144, 145 max. Like I don't go up 30, 20 something. What I'm saying. 20 pounds for me is max. I probably see 150 after I bulk up. By fight night, whatever. But at the same time, we're close to it. But I don't like in between fights. I don't never go up. You'll never see me like one past 155. I'll tell you that much right now.
That's good, man. I know you started a management company, didn't you?
Yeah. First fight. Shout out to my man, Jerry Casares. I know. I got one of my fighters, Micaiah Krebs. She's gonna be fighting on the night that I fight. My guy Misiel Lopez. He just fought last week. Took a loss against an undefeated opponent. We're working with an undefeated Scottish kid,
Yeah,
Stephen
yeah. I
Nunes, who's
watched that fight with Messiah
yeah, yeah,
Lopez.
yeah. We're working with guys. Now we got a kid out in Scotland that we're working on getting the finishing of a promotional deal for him probably today or tomorrow, matter of fact. And so I've been busy with that. But again, I'm always around boxing. When you're around it so much, of course, you as a fighter, you gonna get that itch.
So I don't know the rules or regulations or laws to this, but now that you're a manager, are you able to manage yourself?
And nah, I keep my partner that I manage with in that position. But yeah, pretty much like I can manage myself. But again, like when I get into like the fighter mode, I don't have to deal with all that politicking behind the scenes. So I like to be kept in the loop, of course. But I usually let say my man JC take care of a lot of that, so I can just focus on just training. But in between, whatever, yeah, I'm definitely still gonna be on managing. But in terms of my own career, yeah, I mean, because Lou's, like I said, again, Lou's a friend, so I can call him right now and we could talk about the moves we want to make. Like between me and you, Lou and I, we had like a 3 fight plan. Like the first fight was just to come back and shake the rust off. The second fight, maybe fight somebody, obviously a high contender, and then the third fight be a world title. But ever since with the Joker Dina started talking and this one started calling me out, and so Lou was saying like, listen, we could probably go from 1 to 3 or for 2 fights. So that's what we're looking at right now. But definitely I gotta get past this fight first.
Yeah, it seems like that Carl Frampton fight has gotten you a lot of popularity in the UK,
Yeah,
and there seems like there's a lot of opportunities for you across the pond. Is that what you
right.
feel?
Yeah, I mean, you hit it right in the nail, bro. Like that's what the whole like saying Cardina came about because I got a lot of fans over there in the UK and Ireland, so of course they want me to go. They want me to come over there to fight them, and yeah, you know me, I don't have no issue doing that. Again, like I said, my path has always been hard, so it's no different now. So I don't really care about going to Wales and fighting whoever. But again, Lou has something else that he wants to do over here, then whatever. Yeah, but definitely that's a path I can go. Just like I said, I'm waiting to see how this Roach and Garcia fight plays out and so on.
Yeah, that's right. I seen Lamont Roach. It looks like his team are going to promote the fight, right?
Right? Yeah. I think they did a purse bid or something like that. But I don't know. I just want to Garcia side had won it. I don't. But yeah, I know Lamont Roach. I don't know his situation with Golden Boy if there is a situation anymore. But yeah, he's definitely promoting cards I see on his own, I guess.
Speaking of comebacks, what would you say to a Tevin Farmer fight? It sounds like he's trying to ultimately get his way back to 30 as well.
No,
Uh,
I mean I know me and Tevin actually spoke about fighting each other a while ago before I came back. It's no secret. I know my man Lou Bella again. He brought that name up too. So what I
really?
mean, yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna make them. Yeah, they brought that name up, as well as a lot of other names. So
That's a
like, yeah, I
perfect
mean,
you just spoke of like that possible top name before. That's a perfect segue after this
That's what I
fight.
mean.
That's
And that
decent.
actually that no that actually came about, like I said, being that second name. Like I needed like a name or contender or top contender out there. But yeah, shout out to my man Tevin. I mean, you know, say it's business. It's no bad blood. Me, like I said, me and Tevin spoke about the possibilities about that a few months ago. Matter of fact, I guess on Twitter pod, when the whole little thing over there, we had got on there and spoke about it. But yeah, Luda Bella and my team, they brought that up as well with Tevin. So I'm throwing that out there right now.
Champ, I gotta ask because I mean, and maybe it's out there, so it makes the question easier. But
Right.
why no more? Team Crawford, Team Bomac. I feel like I give credit to them. Obviously, you had a lot to do with that, but for them to take you after the losses, with PBC cut you off, now they brought you back to a champ, and you not with them no more. I know that was before you ended your career, so I don't know if
Yeah, yeah. Nah,
I
it's
just feel
crazy.
like you looked your best with them. I don't know if you
No,
feel that way.
I'm with you. No, no. I mean, I give them guys a lot of praise. Them guys, because of them, I became a world champion. So I've always gonna have love for Bud in the game. I actually still speak to them. Before the whole situation with Bomac hit me up because I was supposed to work with him coming back. A lot of people didn't know that, and we was working on because he said, "Listen, bro," he said, "Listen, after Bud and Arrow fight, let's sit down and let's talk about reuniting and going from there."
Yes.
But at the time, I was supposed to actually fight in September, so that would mean that I would have to start my training camp while he was still preparing, with Bud, whatever, and things. So like, the move was, let me go just do what I got to do to get this rust off, and then we'll circle back to it. But man, me and Vomac, we still good. We still on good terms. I mean, Terrence just hit me up. Like I hit him up after the fight, and he wanted me to come to Omaha so we can kick it and catch up and talk about things. So there's still a great relationship over there. Just that like the timing, everything was off. Because I was telling him, I said, listen. Then the November situation came up, and I was saying to myself, and I told Bomac, and he understood where I was coming from, but I was like, he would be tied up again because Bud was be fighting Arrow, I guess, in December. So
Yeah.
it just, yeah, and
Plus, they got
I just want
Keyshawn in October 14th.
yeah,
But it's
and
three of
that's what
them.
I mean.
It's
But
three of them,
but but
and they live out here now, champ.
I get it, but a lot of that, even Keyshawn had put it out too. Like, because I called his fight, his last fight, and that's when I sat down with Bomac and him. But Keyshawn had sat down and said he understood because he said that even for that camp, a lot of that attention was on Bud, but we can understand why. Because at that time, before we didn't know how it's going to play out, but that was a big fight for them. So a lot of their attention, even with all those trainers, and shout out to Red and Sawu, a lot of that focus needed to be on Bud. So Keyshawn, yeah, he was there, but they so they had their attention elsewhere, and I was like, for me, I can't afford any setbacks. So I was like, let me just go do right here, but we could always circle around back to that.
So in enters Wayne McCullough. How'd that come about?
Oh, again, I had one of my fighters from Scotland, Stephen Noons. We set up Wayne with him, and say Wayne, like a lot of people may not know Wayne, but Wayne is he's an Eddie Futch guy, and we all know the pedigree of Eddie Futch. Wayne's a former world champion, a silver Olympic medalist, so Wayne is not a bad trainer. And again, my team really wanted me to be in Vegas, and I was actually going to train with my guy Kay Karoma, but on, like I said, hit the management side, I had a kid like when Michelle, if he would have won that fight last weekend, Top Rank wanted him to fight my guy Bruce Carrington. So it wouldn't have looked good with me training with K, but he's getting Bruce ready to fight my guy. So I had to go another route. But I still wanted to train in Vegas because Vegas has a lot of good work now. And I wanted to use the UFC PI because I gotta take care of my body. We're not getting younger, so like at least take care of your body, get the best, preparation that you could possibly get. So I still wanted to come to Vegas, and that's when I said, you know what, Wayne's also a good trainer in his own right. So that's why I went with Wayne.
Your fighter fought William Foster III.
Yeah,
Oof, he was in tough, champ.
tough, 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 tough.
I
But it was
knew
one of those things.
I ain't even gonna front. I picked him bet against him. Fucking
Yeah,
William got the stoppage. I wasn't expecting that. Even though your guy was stopped the fight before in 1 round, but I bet that he was gonna last the decision because of that. Because he got that
Right.
first round stoppage, he was gonna fight everything in his heart not to be stopped early again. That was a good fight. I tuned into
You
that,
know
man.
what?
That was a good fight.
You know what it was though, and you know the business is one situation where it was like you got to take it because of his previous fights, or you got to sit on the bench. And it
Mm.
was his like I always give him the decision like, listen, you want to take this fight? It's on you. He was up for it, even though I know for a fact Michelle is not he's not a 130 fighter. Michelle, if anything, he needs to be at 122 because you seen the size in the ring. But again, it was no excuses. It's what he wanted. He wanted it. But again, we got to regroup. I know we can work at Pro Box wants him to come back. Matter of fact, because they said great things about him. So if we bring him back, we should probably just bring him back at 122 and just go from there. But again, I know that was a tough fight for him. But Michelle has a big heart. He took it. He came up short, and it is what it is.
Yeah, that kid Foster need to get with you, man. He's 30 years old, 15-0, and he's got.
He's strong, yeah, yeah.
They moving him
That
too
window's small.
slow. They moving him too slow. He's about to lose his good years. It's like he got 2 good wins, but he's moving so slow. I mean, he
Yeah,
beat De
like I
Los
said,
Santos, the one that's trying to
yeah,
fight Shakur right now. He beat him
yeah,
already.
yeah, 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 yeah. I know. I peeped that. I peeped that. But again, like I don't know his management position. I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying over there. But again, if he is free, whatever, I don't have no issue sitting down. I mean, look at me right now. I'm advising Jermaine Ortiz. Like
What?
what I'm saying. Like I work. Yeah, a lot of y'all didn't know that. Me and Jermaine Ortiz work together. I'm gonna see Jermaine this week. I gotta work. I'm leaving Wednesday to come to Vegas. I mean, to come to Texas for
But
that card
Jermaine
he's on.
Ortiz that's fighting on Top Rank in Mexico.
Yeah, yeah. Jermaine Ortiz that beat me last year is fighting this Friday in
Yeah.
Texas.
Oh wait,
It's
isn't it?
Texas.
Isn't he fighting
It's Texas.
Moran? That's in Texas. I thought that was Mexico.
Now he's fighting on the Joet
Okay.
Gonzalez Lopez card. He's on that card. It's Friday. It's this Friday. So I'll see you, man. We'll speak. I already know.
Oh
We
wow!
know.
So you manage, advise them that, which means you must know, because I heard today that if he wins, he's supposed to be re-ranked in the WBC, and I'm using air quotes. He's gonna be
Yeah, yeah.
re-ranked, and he might get that Shakur fight.
Right. Correct. Correct.
Hmm.
It ain't
But
no.
is
Yeah.
that
It
is
ain't
that?
no.
As an advisor, are you gonna advise him to take it? Is that not a quick turn? Because you're an advisor now and
Listen.
and a fighter.
Listen.
Is that a quick
It's what he.
turnaround for November?
It's what he wants. It's what he. But it all
But
depends.
again,
He
as
got
a
a
fighter, is it a quick
as a
turnaround?
fighter.
Could you have
It
done it?
depends. No, it depends how he gets. If he gets his guy out of here early. If he goes a distance and takes punishment, nah, hell no. Like it's Shakur. I mean, let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
Like for real, let's be real. He gotta get him. If he gotta get him out of here. But like I said, he gotta handle business. He gotta handle business Friday. I told him I'll be there. Like I said, I'll be commentating also. But I'll be there to make sure he needs everything he gets. Look out for Jermaine. Jermaine's a good dude, but again, if he wants to turn around November, if he feels good and he takes no damage, then of course, because he's always working. That's one thing about Jermaine. I will say he's always working. But again, I guess we got to wait to see if Dos Santos takes because they're going down the line. I think he's 6, and then Jermaine is 7. But yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, Jermaine, he wants to fight. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
wants to fight. Like I said, I brought it. I brought in the same nutrition that I use, perfecting athletes, because you guys know he had that weight issue. So listen, I was like, listen, if I get down the weight, use them, bro. I'm telling you, they'll help you out too. So right now, I spoke to him the day before yesterday. He said he's looking. He said he feels good. The weight's coming down. The weight's coming down better than it did the last time out. And we just gotta wait and see.
That's what's up, man. I'm glad that you're managing, man. We need more boxers taking on these roles because you guys
Yeah,
know what's going on, man.
yeah, nah, yeah. Like for me, like I just want to look out for fights. Like I'm not out here trying to what I'm saying, get rich off of these fighters like that. Like I mean, I feel like if I'd rather take something than nothing, and that's what a lot of these managers do. They rather cash out or whatever, get the most off the rip. I'm like, nah, like I told you, man. Listen, bro, we can get you that purse that you want. You just gotta do it the right way. We just
Mm.
gotta do it the right way. But again, like I said, again, for me, I just want to look out for the fighters and make what I'm saying, and have them live out their opportunities and dreams as much as possible. So I'm willing to work with anybody if it makes sense. and I'm willing to work also around like it's not like I don't want to be that manager that just known for working with one man like with one promotion. Like I literally called Al Heyman direct because I still got Al's number. I obviously work with Top Rank, Lou DeBella. I just started talking with the guys that does pro box. I'm working over there with these. So, and I spoke to, matter of fact, I spoke to Oscar De La Hoya back and forth on Instagram like a week ago, and we said we was gonna sit down and if it makes sense and do something over there. So I just want to
Wait,
basically have my
wait,
presence around the whole board.
but talking to Oscar De La Hoya, was that as a manager or as a fighter? Because he's got a guy
No,
in
no, no, no.
Schofield.
That's a manager. That's a man as a manager. As a
Oh,
manager. Like, but again, like when I first came to you, when I first started talking with you back in the day, I was with Al fighting on Golden Boy card. So I always kept a relationship with those guys over there. Like, just in case. I never wanted to burn bridges because I never knew what my future would hold, and thank God I didn't. So like, it was easier for me to come back around and be like, yo, Oscar, I got something I want to talk to you about. Let's do this.
for sure, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. But
So
again, bro, I'm
I
just
mean, since you brought up Oscar and you're back fighting, I gotta ask. I mean, obviously you already said you want to campaign at 30, but is there enough money to get you at 35 with Oscar's fighter Kid Schofield?
how much is paying?
I, I
that's
mean,
like, that's
I'm
like,
asking
that's
you.
like, yo,
I'm
I
asking
mean,
you.
yo,
Is there like I mean, because some fighters would be like, nah, it don't matter the money. I know I'm better at
it's not,
30.
it's not because at the same time, I mean, Floyd, my guy, it's my guy. I actually try to sign Floyd on the as manager side. Me and Floyd, so
Mm,
I know his pops and everything. Floyd is my guy, but I don't think, what I'm saying, I don't think I would honestly because again, well, okay, you say you win. Like, what goes from there? And it's like I don't want to campaign at 35 anyway. Like, my main thing is like, let's be honest. 135 is too hectic right now. We all see there's too much going on right now. And then the fights that we want to see at 135, they're not happening. It's like so. It's
mm-hmm.
like okay, you take this fight, you win. But then I'm not getting any younger. What do we want to do? Wait around for the sideline? Well, rather we're at least at 130. One fight, I could potentially be back at a world title shot. That's how I look at it.
For sure. I
But shout,
mean
but shout
it,
out to Floyd and him. I know, I
and
know.
with
I thought he was gonna fight. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Speaking of that, speaking of Golden Boy, they did reach out. They potentially I've heard that they wanted me to fight JoJo. Somebody
okay.
over, but again, it's like it has to lead to something. Like what I'm saying, I had no issue with that. Me and JoJo expressed each other. He knows I wanted to fight him at one point. He wanted to fight me at one point when he was at 130. So what I mean. If it, I told him if it led to a world title, then that's a different story. But if it just to make a fight. I'm like, I don't have that. I don't have that. I don't have that time on my hands to just make a fight that don't do nothing afterwards. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's just me being up front with everyone.
Nah, man. I'm glad we got you on, man. I'm glad to hear everything is going well. Good to see that you coming out to Vegas. That's gonna be good. So
Yeah.
when you get out here?
Well, I gotta get. I'm gonna leave. I think after Friday night. After this whole card with Top Rank, I gotta go back out to Vegas anyway because they want me to call a fight from the studio, the Japanese card that's coming up on the 18th. So I was like, I should be out there maybe that Saturday morning, and I stay out there until like early November. Till I
Nice.
get till I come back to New York for or whatever for the Nick Molina fight.
All right. Well, Jamel, man, give everybody your social media, and obviously we thank you for your time.
No, I appreciate you guys, man. Like I said, I appreciate everybody that was in the comments showing love and told me to come on and everything. Next yours with my guys since day one. Y'all know you can find
Appreciate
me
it.
at Jamel Herring, Twitter, Instagram. Y'all know I show love everywhere I go, so it is what it is.
All right, man. Thank you so much. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Former world champ Jamel Herring coming back. I like it, man. I like it. There's a lot of fights for him. It's beautiful to see someone have so many opportunities, and I love to see his growth. He went from fighter to manager, and he's doing his thing, man. Happy for him. Happy for him. That Tevin Farmer fight is good. The Cordina fight is good. I forgot to say Oshaki, who works with Lou DeBella. That's another good fight at 134 title. I don't know. He gonna have to do something to get Oshaki to want that. If Oshaki could win this Rocky Hernandez fight, I'm not really counting on Hernandez out. Mexicans always tough, man. You got to be able to. You got to be in top dog shape for a real, true Mexican like a Venaldo Lopez, a Mauricio Lora. you got to be shape because them dudes will outwork you, and that skill will mean nothing. Um, so we'll see. Hopefully, Oshaki is in shape. All right, man. I got a couple callers. This in the 915. Let me see that I get to him. YouTube family, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help us get to that 1,000,000 subscribers. We're on the road to 1,000,000. And obviously, we have other great content on our Patreon channel. So since this video is over, head on over to our Patreon and check out all the exclusive content or right here on our YouTube members.